Welcome to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another The Agonist reaction with their song and their Eulogies Sang Me to Sleep. Now, I'm coming back to The Agonist despite the fact that I said I wasn't going to react to it because it's been a lot told in the comments that this band was really on a different level when Alyssa was in it, and not to mention Alyssa's vocals are much more to behold than what they are in Arch Enemy. She was more in a kind of creative state in this particular band, especially with her softer vocals. And I wanted to check that out. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was a little bit rushing on the past reaction. So I want to give it a second chance. It was particularly from one of the albums you guys said was going to be really good, like Sleepless Dormant Mind. I forgot the exact name of the album. I didn't know what song to pick, so I picked one of the official singles that was released. Let's check it out. Again, I'm coming in with an open mind, especially that I know now from you guys that this band has been around as long as Arch Enemy. I mean, the Arch Enemy members are veterans, right? They were in Carcass, I believe, and they've kind of been around before. It wasn't their first kind of rodeo. But the fact that the Agonist has been around as long as Arch Enemy kind of gives it a different validity as well. So I do take a step back from that sense. Let's get into the reaction and see what we got. I mean, from the beginning, this is a lot better than the first song I've heard. But at the same time, I'm almost going to have a feeling that I'm going to feel generally the same about this band. And I'm really trying hard right now to kind of say, no, take a step back. And so far, Alyssa, I mean, she sounds like Alyssa. It's kind of something I've already been familiar with. The only thing is she's not on display as she is on Arch Enemy from every possible angle. It's kind of this whole music video is very kind of neurotic a little bit. The weird style this band is going for, this kind of a lot more progressive, if I'm comparing it to Arch Enemy, a lot more progressive and kind of chaotic, faster and aggressive band. Really just kind of goes in and tries to punch you in your face with it. But I would argue that the thing I said in the first song still applies. It's a band. These guys can play 100%. There is no doubt about it. But I've also, like, my brother used to say this when I was younger, and I never understood what he meant. And I think what he says is true. There is one thing about being able to play, and there's another thing to be able to write music. And things have to be in service of the music. And here, there's no interesting, really, riffs that you can latch onto. There's no interesting hooks. The chorus is not really that interesting. It's just very talented people come together to show all their skills individually. That's kind of how it feels to me. It doesn't feel like a cohesive song. And I feel like when you're writing songs, it's not always about your technicality and how crazy you are. It's always in the service of the music to tell a story, to tell a musical or a sonic story, as well as lyrical story, to evoke some kind of feeling or emotions, to display maybe certain technicality in moments. But here, it's all technicality. It's all flash and no substance. Unfortunately. That second part of the song, or I should say the last part of the song, this the last third, that was a nice kind of a catchy riff. But it's not enough to save the song. That was an interesting part for me to kind of latch onto. Alyssa's great here. I mean, her vocals, she has nice like deep growls that you don't hear much in Arch Enemy. There was a light sprinkle of her softer vocals, which I don't think are a problem, to be honest. I also mentioned with Vicky, their new vocalist, I said that her voice is poppy. And I mean like her soft vocals are poppy. She has a good control of her voice. Again, it's people who are way more talented than I'll ever be when it comes to playing music. So, you know, in a sense that I am not going to critique their skills. But as an onlooker who listens to music and heard more than one album, you personally can have a taste where you feel like the songwriting connects and it makes sense, and it doesn't. And for me, it's again, it's all flash, no substance. And I'll say something else. Arch Enemy was predominantly flash with substance. I never saw Arch Enemy as some pinnacle kind of a battle band. I always thought him as an awesome distraction. For example, Carcass mentioning in the beginning, that is a band worthy of its name. In my opinion, Carcass deserves its praise. Man, what they did with the last album, you guys gotta check out. That's on another level songwriting. It's just, mwah, it's just perfection. Where this seems a lot more amateurish in sound. Again, hot take, I understand. Some people are not gonna agree. But I mean, it's the beauty of it. We don't have to agree all the time. We can disagree and have an interesting conversation. As long as it's respectful. If you guys are going to be dicks, I just block you. If you have an interesting thing to say, I try to respond to every person because I think that's the whole point of it, right? To do a reaction so we can have different conversations around the music. If you guys enjoy that style of reactions, make sure to subscribe down below for more. Let me know your thoughts specifically. I know there's a couple of you guys who said you really enjoy this era of the Agonist. So I would love to hear a little bit more from you. Perhaps maybe lead me in the direction of something else I should be checking out. Maybe another band. Guys, take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. And keep it metal.